wabarakatuh. My name is Nurusna binti Rosli. Today, I would like to present our finding aids about Sudirman Hj Arshad. For introduction, what is archive? Archive are collection of documents or records that have been chosen for long-term preservation due to their importance as evidence or a source for historical or other study. Why is archive important for the user? There are several reasons why archives are important to users. It is because nations and regions, organizations, communities, and individuals all benefit from archives. They are useful sources of information for study because they give evidence of previous action, details, chronicle persons and identities, and provide evidence of past activities. Nowadays, the archive also have provided the material or record in physical form, which is paper, and also on the internet. The user also can get any information about the material through the social media or archive itself. The archive also does a good job because there is already not only one platform for the user to get their information or any material legally. In addition, the archive already has their own website where the user can search any information about the material. For instance, the user can use a search engine in the archive website to search information about any information that they want to know. For example, they can search information about veteran artists in Malaysia like Sudirman. Next, through this method, the archive can attract more users to visit their website and also their buildings. It also can make the archive have more value for the citizen nowadays. Besides that, the archive can prevent the information about veteran artists in Malaysia from being forgotten by time. So the next generation can get the information and gain the knowledge about any veteran artist that they want easily through archivists. The archive also will make sure of all the information authentically, and the user will not hesitate to use the information for their work or assessment in the future. The most crucial advantage is that the data is constantly available. As a result, time is saved in identifying the tapes on which the data was preserved and establishing whether the tapes are still readable and in a format that can be imported into the database. Chapter 1. Who is Sudirman? The real name of Sudirman is Sudirman Hj Arshad. He was one of Malaysian famous singer. He was born on 21st May 1954 and died on 22nd February 1992. He has been named as Asian #1 entertainer from Malaysia before Datuk Siti Nurhaliza. He is singer, entertainer, composer, lawyer, writer, author for children's books, cartoon pattern, entrepreneur and actor. In addition, he has given birth to 168 songs. However, he is most known for his stunning theatrical performance and natural musical skill. In Malaysia, Singapore, Brunei and Indonesia, Sudirman was well known. He played in Hawaii, Melbourne, Tokyo, Dubai, London and even Russia. Despite the fact that he sang primarily in Malaysia, even Malaysian film great P. Ramlee could not make Sudirman popularity throughout Asia at that time. In addition, he became a lawyer after being called to the bar, and he was known as the singing lawyer during his singing career. Sudirman Hj Arshad is the son of Hajar Ramlah binti Dahlan and Haji Arshad bin Haji Hassan. His mother, Ramlah, is an active stateswoman in the political arena as South Pahang UMNO Wanita chief and the first representative of 1955 representing the Temerloh area, but died in 1959 at the age of 32 when Sudirman was 5 years old. His father was Temerloh Bus Company manager, which is Temerloh Bus Company, as well as an UMNO politician in Temerloh, Pahang. After his wife died, his father was married to Mariam binti Muhammad, who was from Dala, Lancang. The couple have been blessed with two children, which is Baharom and Maslina. His father died in 1978 and could see the growing success of his son. Sudirman is the youngest son in the family. The oldest brother is Zainuddin, followed by Rozia, Rohaini, Barseh dan Ruslan. Since childhood, Sudirman often sings anywhere for friends and family. At school, he was active in public speaking and literature and was involved in theatre and choir performance. He likes sport, public speaking, and spent his time at the school library. Furthermore, Sudirman has a strong sense of patriotism towards Malaysian independence. In 1982, he released an album that had entirely patriotic songs. Abadi is the album that he released in order to show his love for Malaysia. Warisan, Puncak, Kehadiranku, 31 Ogos and Tegakkan Bendera Kita are the songs featured on the album. Sudirman will also sing his song while wearing a specially made dress draped in the Malaysian flag, displaying his patriotic zeal for all to see. Every year on Malaysian National Day, his patriotic soul-stirring song 31 Ogos 1957 issued on television. After graduating from University of Malaya, on 14 February 1981, Sudirman finished his single life after marrying his childhood sweetheart Kamaria Jamaluddin, called K, who coincidentally studied at the University of Malaya as a sociology student. Fans happily welcomed to the news. However, the marriage only lasted for 3 years, ending with a divorce on 25th May 1984 because there is no more understanding between them. After divorcing, Sudirman devoted the entire energy to his career, including writing, painting, and establishing his own company. According to the New Straits Times, in an article written by Alan Tehlim Singh, 2019, many admirers thought that Sudirman's decision to abandon his career as a lawyer was motivated in part by the pain he had during his divorce procedure with his wife. Despite his fame and money, Sudirman struggled with emotional emptiness on a daily basis. To him, all the sparkle and glam was merely a cover for the continual physiological battle he had to fight. The performer put his heart and soul into his job to ease and hurting hurt, vowing never to settle for the second best. On 22nd February 1992, Saturday at 4 a.m., Sudirman died at 37 years old. Sudirman was hospitalized at Pusat Perubatan Tawakal Kuala Lumpur ICU for 4 days on July 17, 1991. He fainted while singing in Butterworth, Penang, according to reports. Sudirman Hj Arshad returned to Rahmatullah at his sister's house at Kuala Lumpur after 7 months of battling against pneumonia. Pneumonia is a long illness caused by an acute respiratory infection. When a healthy person breathes, tiny sac called alveoli in the lung fill up with air. When a person develops pneumonia, the alveoli get clogged with puff and fluid, making breathing difficult and restricting oxygen intake. Pneumonia can be caused by virus, bacteria, or fungus. Sudirman was taken home to the Temerloh to be buried at the Kampung Islamic Cemetery, Cengar, Temerloh, on the same day at 3:45 p.m. He was buried next to his parents. Thousands of loyal citizens, including the Prime Minister of Malaysia dan Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, have visited the grave and regarded his death as a huge loss for the entertainment world.
Hi, my name is Maishar Ishan binti Muhammad Zainuddin. Sudirman bin Hj Arshad was born on May 25, 1954 at 11 a.m. in Jalan Ibrahim, Temerloh, Pahang. The given name Sudirman was based after an Indonesian army general, Raden Sudirman. He is the youngest sibling out of 6 children. His 5 older siblings were named Zainuddin, Rodziah, Basir, Roslan, and Roaini. Both of Sudirman's parents have well-established careers during the 1950s. His father, Haji Arshad bin Haji Hassan, was a manager for the Temerloh Bus Company as well as a chairman of the Municipal Council of Temerloh. His mother, Ramlah binti Dahlan, had a passion for politics and was appointed Malaysia's first state woman to represent Pahang. As a child, Sudirman loved and admired both his parents, especially his mother, whom he often misses whenever she is away from home for work. Unfortunately, Ramlah died of cancer in 1959 when he was only 5 years of age. Haji Arshad later married Mariam binti Muhammad from Dala Lancang, upon which they had 2 more children, named Baharum and Maslina. Sudirman's oldest sister Rodziah was a University of Malaya graduate from Singapore in the 1960s. She worked at the Dewan Bahasa and Pustaka and was married to Dato' Zainuddin Dato' Awangah, a prominent civil servant in the Federal Territory of Labuan. One of her children, Rahman Azrai, also known as Atai, was particularly close to his uncle Sudirman. So close, in fact, that he was given a dedicated album courtesy of his uncle in the 1980s. One of Sudirman's older brothers, Dr. Roslan, was a physician who previously worked for the government before establishing his own private medical practice. Another one of his brothers, aptly nicknamed Morni, was a general manager at a Felda. Sudirman received early education in Sekolah Kebangsaan Temerloh in 1961 before moving to Sekolah Rendah Abu Bakar or SABS in Mentakap in 1963. He was then transferred to Sekolah Kebangsaan Jalan Bahagia in Temerloh in 1969. By 1972, he continued to secondary schooling until Form 6 at Sekolah Menengah Sultan Abu Bakar in Kuantan. Throughout his childhood, Sudirman was deeply invested in the performing arts and literature. He would sing and dance to entertain his friends and family, compose his own written works such as poems and songs, and participate in theater and public speaking at school. At some point during his schooling, Sudirman met Kamariah Jamaluddin, whom he would call her by the nickname Kay. He considered Kay his muse later into the earlier years of his career. In 1976, he pursued law at the University of Malaya in Kuala Lumpur, one of Malaysia's topmost universities. Coincidentally, his childhood sweetheart, Kay, enrolled into the same year to study sociology. In 1979, Sudirman published an undergraduate thesis titled A Legal Study of Copyright Protection in Malaysia, which examines and discusses the legal characteristics of the then Malaysian Copyright Act 1969. The thesis itself can be found today at the University of Malaya's Students' Repository. By 1980, he finally graduated with a bachelor in law and was then called to the bar in 1984. One of the most notable feats that Sudirman achieved during his time at was in 1976, where he was awarded champion of the Bintang RTM talent show, which has since laid a foundation of his career as Malaysia's famed superstar of the 1980s.
Hello and Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Syarul Azhar Birosli. Okay, now I will explain and share for my part. Okay, basically, my part is chapter 3, and I decide to to elaborate and explain about the career of Sudirman. Okay, first of all, in this chapter, I divide by 3 topic, which is Sudirman as a singer, Sudirman as a composer, and Sudirman as an actor. Okay, basically everybody know already, Sudirman is a very talented person and one of the Malaysian icon who love unity, no matter what your races, either Malay, Chinese, Indian, or other races in Malaysia. Again, 1 year later, in 1979, he officially released his second album, also a EP that contain 12 songs under AMI. Okay, for the first chapter, we explain on how Sudirman can evolve in his singing career. Okay, basically, Sudirman is still a student at the Faculty of Law at UiTM Malaya. Okay, in 1976, Sudirman had opportunity to join the singing competition that organized by RTM, and he won that competition and became Juara Bintang RTM. Okay, from that moment, he officially started his career as a singer. And 2 years later, which is 1978, Sudirman got offer from international recording company, which is IMR. So with that company, he successfully released his first EP album, which is extended play that contain 12 songs. Again, 1 year later, in 1979, he officially released his second album, also a EP that contain 12 songs under AMI. Okay, we move to the second slide. In 1985, Sudirman has opportunity to participate in a concert, which is Konsert Malam Anak Desa. Okay, this concert was live record, and in the same year, the album Konsert Malam Anak Desa was released, but in a limited edition version only. So for the information, this album is the first live concert recording ever performed in Malaysia. Next, in 1989, Sudirman joined the Asia Music Award that was held at the Royal Albert Hall in London. Basically, his competitor from 8 Asia countries. Okay, in this competition, Sudirman sing 2 English songs, which is 1,000 Million Smile and Sun in the Cloud. But Sudirman still managed to win this competition and directly earn the title, which is everyone know, Asia #1 performer. So this is the biggest achievement for Sudirman as a singer and entertainer. Okay, for the information, Sudirman owned at least 18 albums in Malay language and 2 albums in English language throughout his involvement as a singer, with many genres of music, which is ballad, pop, patriotic song. Okay. Besides, Sudirman also able to sing Chinese song, Mandarin song, or even Tamil song. For me, Sudirman is one of the Malaysian icon that contribute his patriotism to the Malaysia with the quality song and meaningful to the Malaysian citizen. Okay, I will explain on Sudirman as a composer. Okay. Sudirman decided to establish his own company, which is Sudirman Production. Okay. In this company, Sudirman managed to produce an album for his nephew, which is Razman Azrai, and also known as Atai. At that time, Atai is 14 years old and have his own album. Okay. The title of the album is Sahabat, and two songs in the album become hits until now, which is Kau Yang Bernama Wanita and Sahabat. Okay, in 1991, Sudirman Production was organized a free mega concert that was held at the Chowkit Road. Okay, this concert called Concert Sudirman Penghibur Terbaik Asia. Okay, I also attached the image of the station at the concert. Okay, basically, this concert was a host as a homage to the beginning of the Sudirman career as a participant in a singing competition, which is Bintang ITM, and he became the juara of Bintang ITM. Okay, in this concert, Sudirman sang 19 songs, including Malay, Chinese, English, and Tamil song. Okay, I will explain on the next slide, which is Sudirman as an actor. Okay, in the beginning of 1980s, Sudirman began to find and seek new prospect in order to develop his career as an entertainer, not just for singing and compose the music. Okay, he seriously give attention to movie after receiving an offer to be an actor for the 1982 1982 film, which is Kami. Okay, according to the director of that movie, which is Patrick Yost, he said Sudirman is very excited and happy when he offered this job to Sudirman. Until now, his film is still remembered because the content of the film is full of useful advice. In addition, Sudirman also been a host or MC in several television program. One of them is Keluarga Bahagia Singa. Okay, basically this program collaboration with TV1. Then this program was held in 1987. Okay, second one is Istimewa Bersama Sudirman. Okay, basically this program concept is Sudirman concert that organised monthly. And third one is the special episode with Sudirman, which is Bekas Jambak. Okay, in this episode, Sudirman invite Atai, which is Razman Azrai. Also, this program is aired on TV1. Okay, this program concept is Sudirman and Atai at skit and sing on stage. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Nurhaiza binti Maknur and I will be presenting chapter 4 on awards, recognition and legacy. First, on August 11, 1976, Sudirman entered a singing competition in Melaka. Despite the fact that he was still struggling with his studies, the competition was organised by the Malaysian Public Broadcaster Radio Television Malaysia, and he was named Juara Bintang RTM after winning the hearts of the audience with his spontaneous jokes and melodious singing. It was his first award and that day will go down as a watershed moment in his life. Second, in 1978 and 1985, he received the Anugerah Suri Angkasa Penghibur Terbaik TV Award. Sudirman Hj Arshad is honoured as part of the Anugerah Suri Angkasa, a magnificent event that honours Malaysia creative art industry members. Third, in 1986, he was named as the singing ambassador for Tourism Malaysia. When the Visit Malaysia Year campaign took place that year, he performed the song To Know Malaysia Is To Love Malaysia, which was chosen as the campaign theme song. The song was in fact performed to promote the campaign. In 1987, Sudirman was also awarded the Anugerah Bintang Cemerlang Award. Sudirman was then awarded the honorary degree of Ahli Mangku Negara by the Yang di-Pertuan Agong in 1988. The Fifth Order of the National Light is presented here. There is no limit to the number of members who can participate in the award. According to the image on the official website of the official ceremonies, the stars are awarded based on the gender of the design, with men's designs resembling medals and women's designs resembling ribbons. In 1989, Sudirman was also awarded Anugerah Bintang Popular. The event is being organised by Berita Harian. This is a selection event for artists. In 1919, the award was renamed the Anugerah Bintang Paling Popular category, but it has since been renamed the Artist Paling Popular category. As a result of receiving the award, Sudirman was identified as one of the country's art activists. In addition, in 1989, he was awarded the Guinness Thought Effort Award. Following that, Sudirman Hj Arshad became the first Malaysian singer to be named Asia #1 performer at the Salim Asian Music Awards, which were held on March 1989 at the Royal Albert Hall in London, UK. Sudirman defeated 8 Asian competitors from Hong Kong, Taiwan, Japan, South Korea, Thailand, the Philippines, China, and Singapore when that competition was running. In the competition, he performed 2 English songs, including 1,000 Million Miles, which was composed and written by Malaysian musicians Michael Verpen and Paul Ponodarai. The second song he performed was Sand in the Clown, which he styled with dazzling Charlie Chaplin-style stunts. Both of these songs were performed, allowing him to outperform representatives from other countries who are even more well-known. All Malaysians have celebrated his success, and he has received extensive coverage in the country's media. Even though he is no longer able to colour the world of the country's voice art with his glorious achievements, his success in making the country famous on a global scale should be lauded. Next, we move to the legacy part, where Sudirman was also awarded the Ahli Mahkota Pahang medal in 1992, and this AMP is designed so that the endowment corresponds to the recipient's status and position. The AAP medal and the PKC medal both have this star rank. This medal is normally awarded to the government officers grade 41, 44, whether in the service of the government statutory bodies, local authorities, or anyone else deemed eligible. In the same year, Sudirman was also awarded the Darjah Johan Mangkunegara. This JMN is the darjah pangkat ketiga in the Darjah Yang Mulia Pangkuan Negara, and it bestows upon individuals of high standing in the country who have rendered outstanding services. Next, Sudirman was named Malaysia's #1 entertainer despite his death in 1993. The award is still kept in the government archive. He received the Anugerah Industry Music Award in the same year, a year after the death of the late Sudirman. AIM is a prestigious event that honors indigenous music's artistic quality. Sudirman Hj Arshad is a popular pop icon remembered today for his pop music style, which is easily understood and appreciated by Malaysians of all walks of life and races, according to the book Dasar and Strategi Pembangunan Industri Muzik Malaysia. As a result, it's no surprise that he received this AIM for his previous musical prowess. Then, Sudirman was posthumously awarded the title of Datuk by Sultan Ahmad Shah of Pahang in 2009 in recognition of his success with 40 albums. The Darjah Sultan Ahmad Shah Pahang Award was bestowed upon Datuk. Sudirman is deserving of this honour because he has contributed significantly to the welfare of the state. As a result, Sudirman's name ends in a short form such as DSAP. The Darjah Kebesaran peringkat kedua with the title of Datuk is proposed for gift particularly to those who have rendered commendable and excellent service to the ruler district of Pahang Darul Makmur and the people in general, according to the official website of the Royal Pahang Portal. This award is typically given to government officers of public sector key postgraduates, JUSAT A, B and C or higher or equivalent in the government service, statutory bodies or local authorities, as well as anyone deemed eligible. Last but not least for this part is Google paid tribute to the late Sudirman Hj Arshad, who turned 65 on May 25, 2019 on a Google Doodle. According to a YouTube video shared by NSTTV, in 1992 he passed away from his illness. Many people were saddened by his death because he was a celebrity who was well-liked and well-known throughout the world, particularly among Malaysians at the time. Despite the fact that he is no longer among us, his memory lived on in Malaysian hearts. As a result, Google created a doodle depicting Sudirman in his signature stage outfit as an illustration on the Google front page, along with a neon Google logo. We can only guess that the doodle is the honor of the star Sudirman only once.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aina Musfira binti Mustafa Kamal and I will present about chapter 5. First of all, I will present about discography. For the information, Sudirman have produced a lot of songs and albums, and as we know, Sudirman is a person that very love our country, which is Malaysia, and this have led him to produce patriotic songs. In 1982, when no singer want to create a patriotic album, Sudirman come and decided to create a new album, which is his album entitled Abadi. In this album, there is a song that we always hear during Independence Day, which is entitled Tanggal 31. Tanggal 31 was created and sung by an Indonesian singer named Ahmad Chasbara, or known as CB. Sudirman have popularized this song into more interesting, creative, and lively singing style. Although the times have changed and there are some patriotic songs that have been created, these songs are still not be able to match Sudirman's song. And at the right side of the slide, you can read that this is a list of Sudirman's album according to the year that it have been published. Out of all albums produced, Abadi received the most positive reception due to the spirit of the patriotic songs that managed to unite every nation's communities regardless of their races. Even though at the time the company was not very confident in his decision to create a patriotic album, he stuck to his decision and tried his best to release this album. The result of his effort have shown a strong impact when his songs like Warisan and Tanggal 31 are still remembered and remain to this day. In addition, when he sings at a concert, Sudirman would include songs sung in Tamil and Chinese. In short, Abadi has a special place in the heart of every community due to the song that have united the communities regardless of their races. And at the left side of the slide, you can see that this is a figure of Sudirman Hj Arshad as the singing lawyer and Asia's #1 performer. This table is a list of albums Sudirman that have been produced in collaboration with other Malaysian singers. And the other singers are Sharifah Aini, Zaliha Hamid, and Hermantino. And Sudirman has also collaborated with famed female songwriter, which is Habsah Hassan, to compose Jauh di Sudut Hati. Habsah Hassan is famous in the local field of songwriting and has written several songs for Sudirman. Among the songs written by her and sung by Sudirman are Teriring Doa, Suratku Yang Ini, Merisik Khabar, Salam Terakhir, and Terasing. Her favorite composition she wrote was Merisik Khabar. For the information, the lyric of Merisik Khabar were written based on the expression of sadness faced by the famous performer after going through a divorce with Kamariah Jamaluddin. According to Habsah, she believed that Sudirman will be a big name on global charts because he is a hardworking and very focused person. Besides having great talent and remark, he has never looked at popularity or the world of glamour because he only focused on his passion in music. Now I will present about filmography. And for the information, apart from being cartoonist, writer, entrepreneur, singer, and lawyer, Sudirman is also known as an actor. Kami is Sudirman's first and last film in his lifetime. Kami was released on 27 May 1982 under the direction of Patrick Yoh. Kami was published by Indra Film Production and Distribution Sudirman Berhad. And the film stars Sudirman along with several other actors, namely Zulzamrin Huri, Quilling, Ibrahim Din, Sharif Babu, and Azmi Muhammad. The crews involved for this film are A. Galak, Aziz Yusof, Azmi Muhammad, Kasim Masdur, Peter Lim, Salehan Samsudin, Shaharuddin and Zulkifli Saleh. The film Kami was self-written by Patrick Yoh as the original story of the film. And if you want to know, Patrick Yoh, who was previously known as a film critic, he is one of the few non-Malay directors attempting to deliver the concept of Malaysia into the film through its main character. And at the right side of the slide, you can see that this is a poster of the film Kami that has been released in 1982. Kami revolves around a teenager Toko who wants to find his own life and achieve freedoms. However, due to his limited primary education, Toko could not pursue anything, so he tries to do all sorts of odd jobs in hopes to provide himself even a handful of rice to get on with life. So just now I just tell you the little bit of synopsis of film Kami. And in this film, Sudirman acts as the main character named Toko, a name that does not describe the Malay name. However, it is considered an advantage for Sudirman because he has been known and accepted by all races in Malaysia. The word Kami has a very deep meaning that carries the meaning of all of us, and therefore it is placed as the title of this film. The film has been screened in the main language in Malaysia, which is Bahasa Melayu. The film has also been classified as for general viewing, where the film is suitable for viewing by all communities regardless of age. Kami has been categorized as a short film lasting only 100 minutes, equivalent to 1 hour and 40 minutes. On 22 May, Radio Television Malaysia decided to rescreen the film and fill the Friday cinema slot on TV2 at 12:30 p.m. to recall the glory of this famous performer. In short, Kami's film is very valuable for the communities because it is the only film which stars Sudirman.